Crypto prices are exploding, but are you too late to buy? Some say the rally's just starting. Others warn a big pullback is coming. In this video, I'll show what's driving the surge, what's real versus hype, and what smart investors are doing right now, so you can make your next move with confidence. Bitcoin recently surged past $120,000 for the first time, reaching a peak of around $124,000 in mid-August. Though it pulled back to the low 110,000 shortly after, it remains significantly ahead of where it was just a month or two ago. Ethereum has been on fire also. ETH blasted past its 2021 high, topping at around $4,885 on August 24, to set a fresh all-time high. Meanwhile, top altcoins have also made big moves. Solana jumped 9 to 13%, getting back above $200. XRP rose nearly the $3 mark, and even Dogecoin climbed around 10% in a single wave of market momentum. What's striking is that this rally comes amid weakness in broader markets. Stocks like the Nasdaq and S&P 500 were slipping, but crypto was not just holding up, it was charging forward. That shift indicates something bigger might be fueling the crypto resurgence. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around, because later in this video, I'll break down what experts are predicting for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the biggest altcoins. We're talking price targets that could blow your mind, and I'll show you whether they're realistic or just pure hype. One of the biggest stories behind this rally is the flood of institutional investment, especially via ETFs. If you're newer to the scene, an ETF is a stock market fund that holds assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum, making crypto accessible to traditional investors. And honestly, ETFs are great for beginners because it's such an easy way to get into the crypto game. But even for seasoned investors like me, I love them because of the tax advantages. Down here in Canada, I can buy these crypto ETFs inside my tax-free savings account, which means all my gains are completely tax-free. A massive player in this narrative is BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF, which amassed roughly $86.8 billion in Bitcoin, becoming one of the largest and fastest growing ETFs in US history. BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF alone has sucked up nearly $87 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's insane. Like, these guys are swallowing up Bitcoin faster than OnlyFans models swallow sponsorship deals. Family-friendly channel here, folks. Across the board, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs have drawn in more than $13 billion in new capital through Q2 of 2025. This surge in demand even outpaced the supply of new Bitcoin being mined. At times in late 2024, Bitcoin ETFs were buying 3 times the amount being mined monthly, a textbook recipe for rising prices. Meanwhile, Ethereum hasn't been left behind. In August, ETH-focused ETFs saw roughly $2.79 billion in inflows, and total trading volume for Bitcoin and Ether ETFs clocked in around $40 billion per week. It's not just funds anymore. Corporations are piling in too. Over 244 companies now hold Bitcoin on their balance sheets, almost double what it was earlier in the year. Even state pension funds in Wisconsin and Michigan have taken positions through ETF exposure. Major banks like JP Morgan, once who were skeptics of crypto, are starting to get involved too. Put simply, with billions of new dollars chasing a relatively limited number of coins, prices are rising. ETFs have unlocked previously untapped capital, and now visibly moving markets in real time. Beyond big money, investor sentiment has done a complete 180. Just weeks ago, the mood was cautious. Headwinds from regulation, macro uncertainty, and weak markets had dampened optimism. Fast forward to now, and sentiment is bullish again. Headlines are positive, prices are up, and FOMO is alive. What's encouraging is that this isn't just hype. You're seeing real adoption and regulatory clarity fueling confidence. The US SEC under new leadership has taken a more open stance. Laws passed in mid-2025 having provided much needed clarity for stablecoins and digital assets. This clarity is paving the way for hopeful assets like XRP to make an ETF push later this year. Meanwhile, tech titan PayPal launched Pay with Crypto in late July, letting hundreds of millions of users transact in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and over 100 other different coins. Finally, a way to spend your crypto without feeling like you're cheating on your bank, even though deep down, it's exactly what you're doing. On the infrastructure side, DeFi platforms such as Lido, Aave, and Uniswap are seeing continued growth, and big financial institutions like Deutsche Bank and BlackRock are experimenting with Ethereum-based infrastructure and multi-chain funds. These developments show crypto isn't just speculative. It's increasingly embedded in finance and payments. That institutional adoption and mainstream utility are delivering stronger fundamentals than past cycles. It's no wonder that a record 71% of institutional investors now hold digital assets. If you're getting value from this video so far and you want me to keep breaking down crypto in simple, beginner-friendly terms, do me a quick favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more videos just like this one. We can't talk about this rally without highlighting the altcoins. Ethereum, the leading alt, has notably outperformed. ETH's record price of $4,885 coincided with a micro rally of over 45% year to date, roughly doubling Bitcoin's 25% gain in the same period. Ethereum's uplift stems from both heavy institutional flows and its story as a platform for DeFi, NFTs, and smart contracts. Its shift to proof of stake also makes it attractive for earning yield, not just speculation. Meanwhile, altcoins seem to be emerging. Solana surged over 9%, breaking past $200 as institutional buying and speculation around Solana ETF intensify. XRP has rallied to nearly $3 thanks to improving regulation and potential ETF catalysts. Even Dogecoin is rising, boosted not only by general market strength, but also fund speculation around a meme coin ETF. Rumor has it, some analysts are giving that a 75% chance, believe it or not. Imagine explaining that to someone 5 years ago. Yes, Karen, the coin with the Shiba meme might get Wall Street approval. We're officially living in a simulation. The total crypto market cap has soared past $4 trillion, reflecting how widespread and deep this rally now is. The classic pattern of Bitcoin first, Ethereum next, then broader altcoin surge is playing out in real time. If you're serious about finding the next big altcoin that could deliver huge returns, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. I've got a deep dive breakdown on some of the hottest altcoins coming out in just a few days, and you don't want to miss it. Now, with everything happening right now, you're probably wondering, how far can this rally go? That's the million-dollar question. And the truth is, there's no single answer. Some predictions are bold and eye-popping, while others are much more grounded and cautious. On the bullish side, some big names are going all in with their forecasts. Standard Chartered, one of the world's largest banks, sees Bitcoin climbing to somewhere between $175,000 and $200,000 by the end of 2025, if the current institutional inflows continue. Van Eck, a massive investment manager, is also optimistic, projecting that Ethereum could surge to anywhere from 6,000 to 11,000 if ETF demand and on-chain activity stay strong. And then you got the ultra-bullish camp, led by ARK Invest Cathie Wood. Her team has run long-term models suggesting Bitcoin could eventually reach $500,000 or more, with Ethereum potentially hitting 5 digits in extreme scenarios. But let's be clear, those numbers are more like best-case dreams than near-term expectations. Other analysts are approaching them with a bit more balance. For example, Bernstein predicts that this rally could actually break away from the traditional 4-year Bitcoin cycle we've seen in past bull markets. They believe institutional demand from ETFs and corporate balance sheets is so strong that Bitcoin's momentum could stretch well into 2027, potentially driving prices toward $200,000 within the next 6 to 12 months. On the flip side, more cautious forecasters are keeping their targets lower, suggesting a potential peak of closer to $140,000 to $150,000 by late 2025. In other words, while the upside is huge, expectations are all over the map. All right, I want to hear from you on this one. How high do you think Bitcoin will go this cycle? Do you see it hitting $150,000, $200,000, or something even crazier? Drop your prediction in the comment section. I'll be reading through them. Now here's where we need to pause and stay realistic. Crypto has a history of being wildly volatile, even during strong bull markets. We've already seen this in action. Right after Bitcoin hit its all-time high of about $124,000, it quickly pulled back nearly 8% in a single week and bounced back 3% the very next day. Crypto investing is basically like ordering Uber Eats. You never know if your pizza is getting hot, cold, or missing half of the toppings. Ethereum, meanwhile, shook off the correction and bounced back with a 3% gain in just one day. These kinds of swings are normal for crypto. A healthy bull run isn't a straight line up. It's usually a staircase with sharp climbs, pullbacks, and periods of consolidation in between. The other thing to remember is that risks are everywhere, even in a strong uptrend. Macro conditions still matter. If inflation flares up again or the Federal Reserve delays expected rate cuts, investor appetite for risk could cool off fast. There's also the regulatory wild card. While things are friendlier in 2025 than they've been in years, sudden government actions like unexpected tax rules, ETF rejections, or new trading restrictions could spook the market. And of course, crypto is no stranger to surprises. Exchange hacks, stablecoin issues, or liquidity crisis can send shockwaves overnight. Psychology also plays a massive role here. We're not yet in full-blown mania mode, not even close. Right now, we're seeing signs of FOMO returning, but retail investors, meaning everyday people, are just starting to re-enter the market. The taxi driver or coworker or your aunt, they're not all piling in yet. But I will say, I do see more people talking about crypto again. I mean, just last week, I had 2 completely separate crypto conversations with people who aren't even in the space. One was with a real estate colleague, and the other was with 2 guys from my jiu-jitsu gym. Out of the 3 of them, only one had ever bought crypto before, and the other 2 were asking me what to buy and how to even get started. That's usually one of the first signs of retail interest coming back. We're not at peak mania yet, but when regular people start asking questions and wanting in, it shows that the momentum is building. Historically, this kind of early curiosity tends to grow into a full-blown wave once prices keep climbing and headlines start heating up. So what's realistic from here? If institutional inflows remain, the strong and macro conditions cooperate, it's entirely possible to see Bitcoin in the $150,000 to $200,000 range, and Ethereum somewhere between $6,000 and $8,000 in this cycle. Some think we could even overshoot those levels briefly if alt season really kicks in and new retail money floods back into the space. But these are educated scenarios, not guarantees at all. The key difference this time compared to previous cycles is what's driving the rally. Back in 2017, prices were mostly hype driven, with little real world use for crypto. Even the 2021 bull market relied heavily on speculation around NFTs and meme coins. But this time, you've got serious institutional capital, new ETFs pulling in billions, more regulatory clarity, and growing real-world adoption through platforms like PayPal and major banks. Those stronger fundamentals give this rally deeper roots, but they don't make crypto immune to volatility. So yeah, these big-name coins definitely have some promising upside. But what if you're looking for a shot at massive gains? There's one coin on my radar right now that has real 10x potential. It's definitely riskier than the ones we talked about today, but if you're willing to take on more risk for the chance at bigger rewards, you need to watch the video on this playlist next. I'll break down everything you need to know. Just click here.